popping? It is on and cracking. And it's your two partners. What's up with my partner, man?
Man, out here kicking back, being cool. How you doing?
Oh man, doing much of the same. You feel me?
Yeah,
Welcome to another episode, all new live episode of No Cap with KC and Parrish. You know what it is, the knowledge and wisdom of KC and Parrish. And when we come together, you get No Cap live and direct every single time. I think this is our third or fourth live now that we've done right here. And we consistent because we were just here last week and we on again. So what's up, man?
hey, I would have been on Sunday, but the Raiders won. So since I wasn't on Sunday, don't worry, it's a consolation prize.
The Raiders won, so that caused you not to be
Yeah,
on.
don't worry about it, Pete. Just go with it. Just say, just say thank you to the Raiders.
So the Raiders win.
Don't worry about it, Pete. Hey, that was a good game. Did you watch it?
Did I watch the Raiders game? A little bit, bits and pieces. They played the Ravens, and it was a tight game pretty much all the way through. It was competitive all the way through. I did more listening and watch bits and pieces because I was training, but it was on. My son was watching it. So, yeah, it was a tight, contested game all the way through, and the Raiders pulled it out at the end.
No, hey, we looked at horrible
I
in
mean,
the beginning.
mm,
Man, we could have threw Gardner Minshew in a garbage can
mm,
and rolled him down the hill and let him roll into the ocean. He looked
yeah,
hard. But
mm.
Max Crosby grabbed him, slapped
Defense.
him up a little bit,
Oh, for real?
slapped him up a little bit. He came back out there and started bombing that thing, man. Hey, what a way to win.
You
What a
said he
way.
slapped. You said he slapped him up a little bit.
I mean, he ain't really slapped. He just grabbed him up
No,
a little.
like, come on, cuz you do this, man. Be
Remember
you,
who
man.
you
Let's
are.
go, you're a man,
Hey,
and lead
hey,
this team. Yeah,
because Gardner
sometimes that's all it takes.
he threw like an interception where nobody was there, bro. Like he was
Mm.
like, it looked crazy, and you could tell he was down and whooped off of that. And then when he was running off the field, Max Crosby grabbed him and was like, bruh,
Which
you
is a defensive player.
dead ass. And grabbed him up and was like, bruh, get right. You know what I'm saying? And then Gardner Minshew came out and, man, got right. We got our tight end, Brock Bowers.
Yeah, yeah.
You heard what Gronk just said about him. Gronkowski then came out and was like, dude gonna be better than me.
Mm. So
Yeah,
now the Raiders really go invest in getting a quarterback is what I'm hearing.
we got the two best tight ends, bro.
So they about to go get a quarterback is what I just heard.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
That's the next move.
That's
They
the
about to.
only
No,
that's
that's
the
what I'm saying. They about to put the whole house into going to get whatever they got to do.
that's the only move. That's the
Well,
only
yeah,
move. Other
yeah,
than that, don't do nothing. I mean,
yeah,
sharp our offensive art. Get right, yeah. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Get a line. You know what I'm saying? But
I
other
mean,
than
well, when you get a quarterback, you got to protect the quarterback. Everybody know that. So that's why the lineman be like the next highest paid because you got to watch that blind side. So once they invest in a quarterback, they'll invest in a line, which then we all know the running game gets better, the passing game gets better, and everybody gets better. And a lot of times, though, for championship teams, it takes a defense to make the offense better because the defensive players will hold the offensive players accountable and vice versa. So they
hey,
start playing for each other.
I ain't gonna lie, P. I think we're gonna probably have the tightest defense in the league this year. We probably gonna be top three.
Yeah,
We probably gonna be top three. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
We probably gonna
I,
cause we got that crazy defense. They can't. Yeah, listen, we gonna be raw. Anyway, you been watching the news?
you know, I haven't been
I
watching the
I know you
news.
heard about Puffy though, right?
No. What? I thought Puffy been like
But
ain't that over with or something?
man, that dude just got arrested. Dude
I
in jail.
thought he, I
Fifty
thought
million
he had
dollar
got.
bail. Hey, $50 million bail denied.
Wait, what? 50
$50 million.
million is the bail?
No, it's denied. Puffy in there for racketeering, sex trafficking, uh, intimidating witnesses, arson. Um, they call it what they call it? man, sex freaking. Puffy a
What?
freak. They just got 1,000 bottles of baby oil out the dude's house.
What's wrong with baby oil?
1,000 bottles.
So Costco a freak? Because I'm sure they got
1,000
a
bottles.
thousand. I'm sure they got more than that in Costco and Walmart.
Hey, Puffy. They said they got him to Rico. So they said he can't bail out until he go to jail because he intimidates witness. You heard he blew up not August Alsina. Kid Cudi. He blew up Kid Cudi car for talking to Cassie. So
Nah, I ain't heard none of that. And I thought this was already something that occurred. I thought he already was like this was already happening. So this
yeah,
is so
it
so
happened. They
so,
got
so
him. They
why
said don't compare it. They said don't compare it to like a John Gotti kind of thing, like because it's organized crime. They said compare it more to R. Kelly. Compare it more to
what
R. Kelly with, huh?
no, I'm
With
just like if he wasn't in jail, what was he waiting for? Why he didn't dip?
he did dip. They made him come back.
You can't make somebody come back from a non-extradited company or country though.
He back and he in jail.
He tripping.
I got
he
a
should he should have went right and lived next door to what's old dude name? Baby Fat.
yeah. I got a question.
Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons moved to a non-extradition country.
Yeah, you know why? Because Russell Simmons seen everybody else getting in trouble and got the hell
No,
out of
that's what I'm saying.
Dodge.
That's my point. He should have moved next door to
Yeah.
him.
Puffy did it too, though. Puffy left. But see, Puffy was already whooped. They when she put out that tape of him grabbing her up in the hallway and kicking her in the face, it was over
What?
with for him.
A tape of
You didn't see
kicking
when
in.
so he with Cassie. He ran out in the
Oh, I
bath
heard about a
towel.
tape,
She
but I
tried to
didn't see
run.
nothing. No, I didn't
He
see it.
snatched her up, kicked her in the face, threw her on the ground. And then they say he be hiring the sex workers to come in and make the women make everybody pretty much do whatever they gonna do. What they call it, the sex off. That's what they call it, the sex off. That's why he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
So why
Brandon,
Hugh Hef-
Brandon, lie.
so why Hugh Hefner didn't
Huh?
go to jail? Why Hugh Hefner didn't go to jail for the same thing?
He died first. Oh, listen. Before we even go any further,
Yeah.
rest in peace, Kenya. Remember Kenya Alfred? Used to go to school with us, Kenya.
Wait.
You,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
she was
The
kind of
bigger
heavy
girl.
set.
The bigger girl.
Yeah, yeah. She passed away. I think Monday.
Oh, for real? Dang, I didn't know
Yeah,
that. Dang,
yeah,
rest in
man.
peace. Rest in
Peace,
peace.
Kenya. Yeah. And then I got a trivia question for you. I got a question for you. You ready?
So we done with sports? We done with it. You just said,
No,
oh, you wanted to get to your trivia question is what it was. You
because I
like,
got.
let me knock these.
I'm gonna wait.
You got something that you want to talk about. So you just trying to knock these things down, get them out the way, so you can have as
Listen,
much time as possible to talk about what you really want to talk about.
no, no. We can talk about sports because the game is on right now. The Jets is playing
Yeah.
the Jets is playing who? The Jets is playing the
Oh,
the Patriots. They
okay.
playing it right now. And the last time I checked, the Patriots was winning. I mean losing. But the
Yeah.
Jets ain't finna hit on nothing this year. They might. The Patriots ain't. Look at this. Bryce
Mm.
Young. Bryce Young. First round draft pick this year.
Yeah.
Last year. CJ Stroud went off. Bryce Young played for the Panthers. Look horrible. What happened there? They just benched Bryce Young. The
Yeah.
number one overall pick just got benched.
Yeah. He'll be all right.
That's man. That ain't be all right. How you
No, I
draft
said,
that dude? You gave up five first round picks for dude, and then
no,
benched him.
I said he'll be all right.
Man, dude, if they trade him, but it don't matter. It don't matter because the only thing that matters is if the Raiders get to the playoffs. Hello, yeah,
Yeah.
hello, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So what's this trivia of the day?
the trivia of the day. It's a good one. All right, P. So
Mm-hmm.
me and you friends.
Yeah.
So if you go out and you cheat on your girl, and I
Mm-hmm.
see you cheat on your girl, I'm not gonna say nothing. If I go out and I see your girl cheating on you, should I say something? Or do I just mind my business?
See, he be saying stuff that that's why it's called no cap. He know the answer, but he wanna debate the answer because he know the answer.
I know
He
my
know the
answer.
answer. So first of all, it actually depends. Which people would say, how do it depend? But you know that it depends because it depends on who the person is that you calling your friend. Because you have people who you call your friend, but they your friend like, you know what I'm saying, but not like that. And you could see so and so chick out and mind your business. But if it's your partner, like your loved one partner, like you know, the family couldn't make you no closer type partner, and you see whoop de whoop. First of all, nigga, don't just say something to me, you better say something to that bitch. Like if you was me and you seen her, fuck you mean? You say something to me. You better say something to her, like, bitch, you got us fucked up. No, for real though. It depends. It depends on who it is. Like for
That's
me,
all.
like if it was my closest partner and I seen his chick, I'ma say something to her. He ain't gotta wait for me to say something to him. He ain't gotta wait. But then if it's like somebody that I'm cool with and one of my partners, like it just I'm saying like it depends, bro. It just depends. But certain people, they ain't even gotta wait for me to say nothing to them. I'm gonna say something to her. Like, hey, you know you out of pocket.
Hey, I'm snitching.
That's what I just said. But they ain't
I
even gotta
know.
wait for me to say nothing to
Yeah, you gonna say
you.
something?
I'm
I
gonna
would
go
say
check. If you was there, what would you do? If
if
you
I was
saw it
there,
with your own eyes, you saw that your chick with your own eyes with some dude, what would you do?
if I see my chick with somebody,
Yes, your own eyes seen your own chick with a dude. What would you do?
I'm gonna walk up casually. I'm gonna say, man, how
Mhm.
you doing? She
Mhm.
gonna say whatever she gonna say. I'm like, how you doing, brother? You know,
Mhm.
I'm such and such and such. Uh, you mind if I holler at her for a minute? Cause you
Mhm.
gonna have her back. Don't worry about it. But I'm
Mhm.
rap with her for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I'm a, you know what I'm saying, proceed to going about that conversation because
Mhm.
at this point in time, you know what I'm saying, she
Mhm.
already messed up. So,
Mhm.
but that wasn't the question, Pete.
No, but listen, the reason I said that because when I'm saying for certain individuals, that's exactly what I would do.
Mm,
I would be your eyes, like you. You feel what I'm saying? I would be
right.
like, "Hey, what's up with you, bro? How you doing for show, play? Hey, let me holler at you real quick." That's
So,
but I'm saying that's for certain people. You
in
you
case
get
y'all,
what I'm saying?
hold on, let me ask you the question again. In case y'all didn't hear the question, if your friend is out, your friend has a spouse, and you see your friend out cheating, you don't say nothing because that's your friend. But if you see your friend's spouse
Spouse.
out cheating,
Hmm.
would you tell? Or would you go
What
on
you
and mind your business?
and I said my answer was it some people most people go say that's none of their business. They ain't gonna say nothing because in most cases that's true. But I'm just gonna keep it real. It's certain people like that I'm close to both sides. You understand? I'm close to the partner in the woman. Like we family. You understand? So I would say I'd be like, "What's up?" Like I would be like if I were you when I seen her. Is my point. It would be just like if I seen your chick, it would be like you seen her. I'm not gonna be like, "Ooh, that nigga." Ooh, or I'm gonna run back and tell him. I'm gonna approach her like you would. Hey, partner. Hey, you know what? Hey, what's up with you, bro? Yeah, for sure. Hey, let me holler at you real quick, and then I'm
Hey,
gonna give her the opportunity to handle her business with you because I'm gonna say something to her.
but I would say
That's just me.
if I seen her, if I seen your girl, you get what I'm saying? I would just, for me, what I would do,
If,
I would
if
walk by and say what's up. I would say what's up to the dude too.
yeah.
And then I slide off and I'll be like, bro, what you doing? Hey, you should pull up here.
or something like that. But if I do, so let me say it like this: if I minded my business, I probably really don't fuck with you like that.
Yeah. Hey,
You
at that point, if I'm minding my business and I don't really deal with you like that, I
if
might
I
be
if I decide to mind my
lady.
business, I don't really fuck with you like that because you got to think about it. That's kind of like the saying when people be like, um, somebody come to them and say, "Oh, so and so was talking about you crazy," and they be like, "Well, why was they comfortable saying it to you?"
Mm, mm.
That's along the same lines. You feel me? Because if you really fuck with me, the story should go. So and so tried to come up to me talking crazy about you, and I had to tell, bruh, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
hey man, I don't know what you got going on, but hey, if you need to holler at bro, you need to holler at bro. But all that talking back, you know what I mean? That's how the story should go. But somebody be like, man, they was talking crazy about you over there. They was saying this, and they just repeat the story. Damn, bro. Well, why they felt so comfortable? You know what I'm saying? Make you look at them sideways.
So bottom line, hey, stick to the G code. Don't be out
Stick
here
to the
telling. If that's
stick
your
to the G code.
if that's your partner, tell your partner. If it ain't your partner,
Mind your business.
mind your business.
Shit,
But
you might be next in line.
man, listen, I got a ticket.
Oh, she loose like that? Hold up.
Hey, man, you know I seen you.
You know, I
Uh,
seen you.
That's what you out here doing? Hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Tequila? Man,
Yeah.
hey, I giving her a shot.
Yeah, shut up. Oh, shit. Oh,
Hey,
shit, hit me though. Hit me though.
bad. That was the trick question, though, man. Would you mind your business? What you tell? I'm telling. I'm telling.
Yeah, yeah.
Why
And I
not?
feel like if a person didn't say something, then they really probably don't rock with that person that deep. You know what I mean? They like that ain't none of my business. And I feel like certain people you feel like it is your business to say something. That's just my take on it.
What happened with our little buddy, man, who came out there for the day? Where'd she go?
Oh man, I didn't even tell her to get on. I could have. I should
No,
have.
I got a few people I got in mind too that I think gonna have some real strong opinions.
Yeah, yeah.
We
But
go,
I mean, she definitely can come on anytime. I just
yeah,
got to remember to hit her.
I know one person, man, right now, man, their opinions go crazy. We'll both be on here looking like,
I mean, it's all good. It's all good. We will definitely start
right.
having guest appearances on here, even if we have them on here for a short time. You know what I mean? Not the whole hour or whatever we own, but we will have guests on here for sure. And I'll holler at her about coming on next time.
You know, I ain't really had no topic for this evening because I've been over here working, man. So I ain't really had no topic.
Yeah.
So, so tonight we gonna kind of free ball this thing, right?
So you just wanted to get to that trivia of the day.
Nah, man. Only thing that came through my mind
Mhm.
was the puffy, whatever going on with dude.
Yeah,
50 pounding on him too. And then that trivia question was mainly right there because how would you handle that? But I already knew the answer. That's why when you looked at me, I knew the answer. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You know,
But
somebody.
but it's but what it's curious. I'm curious to see what other people answer would be in that. That was just our answer. You
Yeah,
feel
they
me?
gonna tell. They gonna tell too.
Nah,
They gonna
everybody ain't telling.
yeah,
Some
they gonna
people
tell
go
too. But
mind their business.
I do got a question though. So let's see where we can go with this
Hold
to
on,
see.
wait, hold on. Remember that question. What if though the person that see, the person who you saying see the person, right?
Right.
They would tell on one, but wouldn't tell on the other.
What you mean? Like they'll tell on her but wouldn't tell on the partner?
So, but I mean, that's basically what you were saying. Like, if I'm
Right,
your partner, I wouldn't tell on you, right? But
right,
what if it's a like a it's a non it's a mutual partner. It ain't a one sided partner because basically your story you were saying is like I'm your partner, I'm not her partner, right? What
right.
if it's a mutual friend and they like it's a mutual friend to the couple, but they like I tell on her, but I wouldn't tell on him, or I
If it's
tell on her.
if it's a mutual friend, hey, but here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Because even if hey,
Same difference.
I ain't telling. I'm gonna tell if it's you, I'm gonna tell you. If it's her, then I rock with my partner though. So I'm gonna tell
But I'm
yeah,
saying, what if they both was your partner?
yeah, who am
That's
my
what I'm
partner
saying.
first? Now you put me in a bad situation.
That's what I'm saying. What if you equally rock with both of them? You don't
I'm
have a loyalty more than one side. You
You
equally
know what I would
loyal.
do? I would get when I be over there talking to him one day. I'll be like, man, I would put myself in that situation. I'll be like, damn, I was thinking about doing X, Y, Z, but I love somebody so much that I couldn't even see myself doing it because I wouldn't know what I would do if I found out somebody was doing something like that to me. I would try to be a mediator without telling. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
see, but that's a little bit different, right? If you equally got loyalty to both people, then you mind your business.
Hell, yup, nope, yup. It's confusing because like.
You
Hey,
got equal loyalty to both people. It ain't your loyalty ain't one sided, and you see either of them out. What do you do?
you know what? I'm gonna go up to that person and be like, dog, you know you out of pocket.
That's what I'm because now your loyalty ain't to one person. You got equal loyalty. It's equal. You got the same love for both people.
I'm telling. I'm
I'm
telling.
telling you regardless.
I'm telling. Hey, you know Blood was out there cheating. Hey, you know she was freaking. I'm sniffing. Y'all, because I seen one dude said on the video, man, y'all done had me come to y'all wedding or whatever, and I had to give
Hmm.
y'all a gift, and I had
Yeah,
to go
wasting
find
my
a suit
time.
to wear,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, wasting my time
Yeah,
and money.
and now you want to be out here cheating? Nah, you done made me come out here and have to get a date, get a cut, get a fit, rent shit, do stuff. No, y'all got to fix this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, holy matrimonies and all that good stuff. Y'all got to fix this.
Yeah, straight up. But what
So,
you was about to say? What's your question?
so I don't know what my question gonna be, but I'm gonna let me see, cause I don't really know this evening, man. I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
Okay, well, along the lines of that, right?
Mhm.
Here's a question. Along the lines of what you was just talking about. What happens in a relationship when love's not enough?
That's a good question. That was a good question of the day. Let me answer that. Let me answer that.
Let me frame it too from both spots, and so you can really answer it, right? So, what happens when love's not enough? Love's not enough when a person feel like um, they're giving everything they have, and it's just not enough for the person that's receiving it. Love's not enough, or when love's just not enough for a person to feel like they need. Somebody said they telling, or when they feel like love's not enough, or they feel like love's not enough to make them not want to explore other options. So what happens when or keep the relationship or whatever it is? So what happens when love's not a love, not enough? Because even a person in that situation would say, "I love that individual," but you know what I mean. Most people would.
Okay, bet that was a good question. So, a relationship period ain't gonna survive on just love alone anyway.
Hmm.
Love is just one part of it, right? Because
Hmm.
in any relationship, it requires work, it requires time, it requires compromise, it requires
Hmm.
patience, it requires relationships require so much more than just love. Love is just one part of it, like one.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can love somebody from a distance. You can be in love with somebody. You know what I'm saying? It ain't true love, but true love is enough to a degree, but somewhat
Hmm.
because again, you can love somebody and then
Hmm.
outgrow them. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You can love somebody. You can come up from ankle high to a centipede thigh. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
from the dirt with somebody,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
y'all can grow and grow and grow and love each other unconditionally. But at
Hmm.
some point, y'all lives split off. You become
Hmm.
you, they become them. You can walk a path with somebody all day. Y'all can walk a straight line, but don't mean y'all got the same destination. Y'all can
Hmm.
be on the same highway the whole time, but somebody gotta get off on another exit. So
Hmm.
love not all the time gonna be enough.
Hmm.
Sometimes love is just part of it, but you gotta love
So
yourself enough.
yeah, but you just said something too when you said unconditional love. There's a
Mm-hmm.
difference between unconditional love and conditional love. Those are two different things. So unconditional love is something that comes without conditions. People can do nearly anything, but you still love them. Conditional love, there comes with conditions. An individual can do something that can make you not have the same love for them. So you have conditional love and unconditional love. Not all relationships that are partnerships, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, not all those relationships are rooted in unconditional love. And even if they are, it could be unconditional love, but because it's unconditional love, then that would mean that you don't hold a person to conditions that could make you love them less. Now, does that mean that you stay in a relationship and have a romantic love? Right? Because you can have a romantic love that fades, but the unconditional love stays. Meaning you love them like family, but that don't mean you want to get them roses and candy. That would be romantic love. You understand what I'm saying? So
Right.
there's a difference between romantic conditional love and unconditional love.
So this is my next question. Even if we do, let's just say we gonna survive off of love. We're gonna go off the love, right? Let's make love enough. I love you. I love you to the point where I would do anything for you.
Hmm.
But we argue so much.
Hmm.
We come to disagreement so much. The love is there, but the peace ain't there. There's no
Mm,
peace of mind.
mm,
Now we can't interact the way that we want to. I'm loving you, but and it's an unconditional love. It's a true love, right? Because what's the
hmm.
difference? What's the difference between unconditional and true love? You know what I'm saying? Especially when there's no peace of mind,
Hmm.
right? Because true love is what? What's the definition of true love? You're the first person I love. True love to me. True love. I love my I love my kids. That's true love. A
Yeah,
mother a mother's firstborn, her first true love,
yeah, that's what people will
or
say.
the
Yeah,
last true love, right? A father's
yeah,
firstborn,
yeah,
first
yeah,
true
yeah.
love, last,
Absolutely. Unconditional love.
right? But spouses, what's the true love there? I really love you. It's unconditional. I'll do anything for you. I'll lay my life down for you if this is what it's gonna take. But what if you're taking my peace?
Hmm.
Is the love, does the love outweigh the peace? Or does the peace outweigh the love? Or do we say, hey, this part of compromise, I'm just gonna lose my peace of mind
Yeah,
and I take the love. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times this is what we do. We stay in relationships where we have no peace of mind.
yeah,
We have no peace. And then what
yeah.
do we? We sacrifice our happiness because we love
See,
someone.
yeah,
So now we
yeah.
stay. Now we stay in these relationships that ain't made for nothing, that don't work, that really been over years ago.
Hmm.
But because we've been sitting over here, I love you. I love you.
Hmm.
I love you. I love you. I
Yeah,
love you.
yeah.
But I don't have no peace with you. I can't sleep with you. My spirit is rattled with you.
Hmm.
So now, how do we sustain that? How do we sustain that if there's no peace?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely like when you talk about when like I was talking about unconditional love, true love or whatever that is, that's God's love, unconditional, right? People people go through different stages of their life and they always know that they have God's love, but human beings are not God. So that's why most individuals go through conditional love because their love comes with conditions. I love you, but you better not be out there cheating. See, even so that's a conditional love. So I just piggyback that topic and this is a deep topic that probably won't be answered in one sit down. You know what I mean? But it's food for thought. You know what I mean? That uh what happens when uh love itself, and that's the question. We're not saying that love is not uh present. We're not saying that love helps overcome and all those things, and love is a bond that keeps things going. But what we are saying is that what happens when love itself, just by itself in that relationship, is not enough to keep a person from wanting to do what they want to do,
You know what
because people do what they want to do. And this one reason is because nobody belongs to nobody else. Even though that's the way people make covenants, even though that's the way people like to portray that they'll say that's my wife, that's my husband, that's my this, that's my that. But in reality, everybody is their own individual. And this is why people get upset when someone does something that they don't want them to do. But the reason that they get upset when that person does something that they don't want them to do is because you're not in control of them. They're not they're not yours, they are theirs. And what they decide to do, if it aligns with what you would like them to do, then it's a beautiful thing. But if what they decide to do does not align with what you want them to do, your expectations, then it can cause turmoil and it can affect peace and peace of mind. And sometimes people have to come to the just reality of logic that everybody is their own body. Every mind is their own mind. And the only person that is in control of that person is themselves. That's just the reality.
So,
Not your love. Your love is not in control of another person.
right. So look here. So when they say put God first in everything, that's true. And you know I believe that.
Hmm.
And we can put God first in our relationships. But sometimes we ignore what God be showing us. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes sometimes we ignore what God be showing us. So when let's say we take the peace away.
Hmm.
Take the peace away. Could that be God telling us it's time to move on? Hey man, this ain't working no more. Sometimes we ignore it. We talked about this plenty of times. We ignore the red flags and we keep on going. How do we
Yeah.
know? God's love is everlasting, but God, it's like God first, me second, and everything else will fall in line,
Hmm.
right? Because you got to love you more than you love everybody else. I just heard this in a church the other day, yesterday Sunday. Let's look at it like this: you got a chalice in your hand, and everything inside this chalice is yours. That's
Hmm.
for you.
Hmm.
Everything that flows over is for everybody else. That's what you give
Hmm.
away, right?
Hmm.
So I'm saying that to say you got to love yourself first
Hmm.
and give what you got that flows over because you can't pour from an empty cup. So love again, God first, you second, right? So, and like I say, relationships ain't just love no more. Most relationships really now, love is out of it. Old school love or grandparents, parents, things like that, maybe. That's where it was. Our generation, the generation coming, this is financial. Now I'm not saying everybody thinking
Not
like that,
everybody. Not everybody.
right?
Yeah.
Not everybody, but for the most part, the mass is financial.
It's
What?
enough people for you to make that statement.
Huh?
Yeah. It's
Right,
enough people that fit in that realm for you to
right.
make that statement.
Because think about it, everything is
Yeah.
high. Most people are saying, "Man, I'd rather do it with you than have to sit out here and struggle." We can two heads is better than one because an old generation, the old way of thinking, the man's gonna take care of everything.
Hmm.
That's the old ideology. Men take care of everything. This generation is, hey, really keep it a buck. Women is making more than men half the time.
Hmm.
So a lot of times, women is the breadwinner. Nobody wants to admit that, but fact is a fact.
A
You know
lot
what
of
I'm
women, a lot of women keep their bread because they still try to intertwine the same ideology from back in the day, where men pay for everything, but they making just as much money. So yeah, they end
saying?
up
More
making more because they're not spending as much. But go ahead.
right. And so what happens? We start getting into these relationships not based off of love because again, love don't pay bills. Love don't keep the heat on. Love don't put food on the table. Love don't cost a thing. The rest of the life, the rest of life does. You know what I'm saying? So people ain't really doing it
Mhm.
for love no more. Here's the thing.
So what
Let's
happens
not
when love's not enough? What happens when you
let's
got to
not
pay these bills? What
let's
happens when
not
you got
confuse love for companionship
our responsibilities?
or response. The reason I say companionship or responsibilities, and the reason I say companionship because people just don't want to be alone.
Indeed.
People just don't want to be alone, so they're willing to sacrifice
Indeed.
the happiness, the peace, the peace of mind. They're willing to sacrifice and compromise
Indeed.
just so they can have somebody there, because nobody wants to be alone. What they used to say when we was younger, you gonna die old and alone, you fool, you old fool. Nobody wants to do that.
Indeed. Yeah.
So people looking for another body to hold to, somebody to talk to, because the older we get, the smaller our circle get.
Mm-hmm.
So the person who you deal with, that's your best friend, that's your therapist, that's your person. And when you get your person, you do everything you can to try to hold on to that, because guess what? We at the age where we like, I don't want to go out here and have to start all over and do it all over again. So we look for companionship. And we start mistaking companionship for love. And we start saying, oh yeah, I love you. Love is a 4-letter word. Just like hate, just like crap. I'm trying not to curse. You know what I'm saying? Just like a bunch of other 4-letter
Yeah.
words. It's a word. The word has no value unless you put action behind it. Love is a word. We can spew words all day. Hey, I love you. Hey, I'll see you later. Hey, I miss you. We can spew these words all day.
Until it becomes an action.
Until it becomes an action, it holds no value.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a check in your hand. You can have a blank check in your hand, but it has no value until you put a number and a signature on it.
So you put it into action.
So
Put it into practice.
you got to put it into practice, and you got to. So these are just words.
Mm-hmm.
So you put God first.
Mm-hmm.
You love you first. Put God first, love you. And whatever you can pour out of that, whatever comes over, once you love yourself enough that you can be happy and content without nobody else, that you okay being by yourself, because you're going to die by yourself. You came into this world by yourself. Even if you were twin, you still came in by yourself. You had somebody, you had company, but you still came out by yourself. Couldn't come out at the same time.
Indeed.
If you did, your mama's a beast.
Indeed. Indeed. It's funny we talking about this. So, every month, and yeah, some people have a peace of mind with being alone. There are people who have their peace and don't want their peace interrupted. So they learn. Not everybody, like when we were saying, like not everybody is doing stuff for finances. You know what I mean? Not everybody is trying to hurt themselves to be in a relationship. Some people have learned better or grown out of that, done that, been there, done that. But there are individuals who have a peace of mind being by themselves, and they're not trying to mess up their peace because they've been there, done that. And some people do enjoy their peace of mind and their solidarity with themselves and their relationship with God and whatever that may be. It's funny that we're talking about love though, and it's kind and of course it goes into God's love because every month um I go through the best practices of what my thing will be for the month, what I'm going to work on for the month. And the thing that came to me today or this month was God's love. And then just as you were saying, you put God first, put God's love first. So an answer that could be an answer for an individual who is struggling with when love's not enough. What happens when love itself is not enough? Well, don't you know how we say put God first? Put God's love first, because that'll be enough. So if a person finds himself in a situation where they have a companion, a partner, a wife, a girlfriend, or whatever it may be, and and this is a real question for them, what do you do when love's not enough? Then put God's love first. And honestly, don't wait until that happens. If you're going to go into a committed relationship, before you go into that relationship, you should put God's love first, right? So something that I've been praying on and speaking over everyone that I pray for, including myself, my members, my business, my brand, everything, is that God's love is present and that it is, covering us all and it is flowing through us all. It's felt and it's a strong thing. It's a strength that is there. So put God's love first. That's something that uh, could be an answer if you do have that question. And this question just came up from, you know, what you were speaking about.
I got a question. What is what's the timeline of loving somebody? Like, let me ask that in a better way. How long do you got to be with somebody to love them? When does love start? Like, who, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when, hey man, I just met you last week, but I feel like I love you, man. Is that cool? Or I got to be with you 5 years from now to say I love you? Or my actions got to say, like, what's the timeline on love where,
I
you know,
think it's I
it
think
ain't,
it's all
but it's more or that?
yeah, I think it's best when it's organic. It's just a thing. It ain't necessarily got a time to it. You know what I mean?
So you
I
can love
mean,
somebody in a week.
if it's organic. I don't know what the time is if it's organic. Now, if you searching for love, if you hoping for love, if you fighting for love, if love is missing in your life, I think that's when people start having them time frames because it's a void in their life and they trying to fill the void. But if you putting God's love first already and you come into any relationship, whatever it is, with God's love first, there is no void. It's already filled, and so you don't have to put a time frame on when you have this interpersonal love with another individual. It happens organically because you got God's love first. But if a person is void of love, then you know what I'm saying? I think that's when a timeline does exist. And that's when they keep searching for love because they may rush something or overlook something or sacrifice something, like you were saying. They'll, you know, go into it with compromise. They start compromising. Now it's a compromised love. If you compromise for love, then love is compromised. You know what I mean? Just like if a password is compromised, the motherfucker been compromised. There ain't no way around it. So yeah,
So do you trust? So with that being said, if you're searching for it, if you're looking for it, you're gonna find.
yearning for it.
So do you trust your own? Do you trust your own heart? Do you trust your own brain? Do you trust your, like? Do you trust yourself? Or if you're giving it to God and letting God, putting God first, right? If we're
Hmm.
gonna put that into practice,
Hmm.
but you find somebody you feel like it's organic,
Hmm.
but you may not be searching, but subconsciously. Remember we spoke on that consciously and subconsciously,
The
but
subconscious is more conscious, is more powerful than people think.
right. So subconsciously you looking for it.
Yeah.
Subconsciously you've been praying for it. You've been asking, hey God, can you give me this? Hey
Hmm.
God, can somebody love me? Hey God, can I have mine? And then
Hmm.
somebody comes along and it may feel like it's from God.
Hmm.
It may feel like it, but that's you trusting your heart. Or, right, I trusted my heart, but it was wrong. It was
Hmm.
wrong. Or was it right at the moment, but it just didn't sustain? You know what I'm saying?
Or
Or
was God showing you praying for something when you should be focusing on something else? So so you will be given this so you can stop wasting your time praying for it.
so then it's compromise.
Nah, it's a lesson.
It's a
Cause
lesson.
sometimes
The
yeah, because
lesson came
sometimes people think they want something and they don't and they focusing all their energy on something because they think they missing something. And then they get it, they like, I don't even want this shit. I thought this is what I
so the
wanted.
lesson was in the blessing.
Indeed. The lesson is always in the
Or was
blessing.
it a lesson? Or was it
It's,
both?
it's both. A blessing, a lesson is nothing but a blessing unless you're a fool.
So then, with that being said, then do you trust your heart? Or you say, no, I don't trust me. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I don't trust me. I don't trust me to make these decisions because every time I make this decision, it goes awry. I can't use it. It no longer serves me.
So this is something that I would talk about in one of my mindset sessions, what we're talking about now. Let's get to some best practices and dive into that. So this is more of a something I would talk about trusting yourself. So can you trust yourself? Should you trust yourself? Are you have you shown yourself that you are trustworthy? In situations, have you made decisions that when you reflected on them that you were like, that was a great decision. I like where I went with that. I did what was necessary, what was relevant, what what was beneficial, what was great, and I saw it through? Or does a person reflect and say, they don't trust themselves because they have continuously fumbled the bag when it comes to certain decisions, right? So you have to definitely be aware of your strengths and weaknesses. And if you identify a weakness, you have to be willing to do the work to train yourself, mind, body, spirit, until it becomes a strength. But in order to do that, you have to be aware that you're first weak in an area, right? You have to you and be willing to do the work. So um, yeah, most people probably would defensively say they trust themselves, but if they're willing to be honest, you might have some people say, "Well, I don't know. In this area, like for instance, I don't trust myself to drive a 18 wheeler. I can drive like a mug. I can drive great, but I ain't just hopping in on 18 wheeler. Nah,
I am,
but you will because why?
because I trust me.
But why though?
Because that's what I do. I don't even drive an 18-wheeler. I just
No,
drive trucks.
no, but you drive trucks and you
Right.
feel that you have the enough practice at driving trucks to hop in any truck. Now, me, I would say, hey man, don't just give me the keys to that. Teach me.
Right.
Teach me the best practices of how to drive the 18 wheeler. And then I would continuously practice until I did trust myself. You feel what I'm saying? That's
But
wisdom.
let me ask this though. But even with trusting yourself, right? Because
Hmm.
again, that's what we're gonna go with, right? I gotta trust myself, or I don't trust myself enough. But whatever decision I made, when I made that decision,
Hmm.
I trusted myself to make that decision.
Hmm.
Now, I did
Sometimes.
right,
No, no, because sometimes it'll be a voice in people's head telling them not to do that shit. And they do it because it's something that they want to get and they overlook all the warning signs.
right,
People do that a lot.
run
So
the
it
red
ain't
flag,
necessarily that they trust themselves, they just going off what they wanted
right.
and they
But
hope. They
hope,
go from trust to hope.
right. But the way I'm going from you hoping, but you trusting yourself that you trust yourself to make the right decision. Because here's the thing: it only takes one time for you to succeed in whatever you're trying to do, right? So you may mess up 99 times, but that 100th time you may hit.
Hmm.
The problem is we start regretting our decisions that we made. Man, I shouldn't have did that. But hindsight is always 2020, right? Damn, if I would have did this, I would have never even messed with such and such, or never would have did this. Hindsight. But in that moment, when you start making that decision, whether it's hope or trust, or you just gave it to God and this is what came out of it, you still have to trust yourself that, hey, this is a decision I'm going to make. And this is a decision that I made, and I got to go through it without having no regrets. The problem is we start regretting it. We start saying, damn, because it didn't work. And once it don't work, then we start saying, I don't even know why I did this, why I did that. Because, hey, the person put their representative out there, or whatever it was, the representation that came out was something that was appealing to you. It was something that fed something in you that was hungry, that was starving, and they nurtured it. Now, what happened is you got enough nurturing in that area, and you start finding, just like when you take your car to the shop, you can say, hey, I need the oil change, but then they'll find something else broke with it. So
Hmm.
once you build in one area, something, you start finding the deficiency in other areas. So now this one no longer serves the purpose. So now we start saying, hey, I made a mistake. No, you didn't. You made the right decision for where you was at the right time for what you had to do. The problem is you fulfilled that area that needed filling. And now you found a deficiency somewhere else. So this is no longer serving its purpose no more because you already been filled in that area. So now you start looking for the next area that needs to be filled up. And in doing so, you start questioning yourself. Am I making the right decisions? Man, do I trust me? Man, I don't know, man, because every time I'm picking the wrong people every time. I got them. No, you're doing what you feel like you have to do in the moment. That's best for you. Now, if it work out, it work out. If it don't, it don't. But you can't, you know what I'm saying? Hold on to that and say, damn, I don't trust myself. I trust me to do me. I trust me to be the version of me that I need to be in any situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I'm not I'm not the worst. I'm not the best. I trust me though to be the best version of me that I can be in whatever situation I find myself in when I need to find myself in it. Now, if that means I picked the wrong women, I picked the wrong woman then. But at that moment, she was the right woman. If I
Or the,
wrong
or the
job
only, or the only.
or the only. Here's the thing. Somebody asked me one day, do I mess with multiple women at a time? And my response was this: no, no. I don't like dealing with energy. I deal in energy. I read people's energy. Yo, but I can't let all these different people get into my energy, into my space, and into my space and start making me feel less or too high up, or I don't need that. So I deal with the energy that I want to deal with. So
Yeah.
and anybody thinking I'm giving, somebody told me before, I'm giving my number out on the World Wide Web.
This is my resume.
The World Wide Web. But no, I like to give these interpretations of me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to deal with a whole bunch of people for this reason. Because if I believe that if I'm gonna put my time and my energy into someone, I want to make sure that I give my all to that someone. I don't want to be out here jumping from bed to bed with different women. You know what I'm saying? Saying, oh, I want to be with you and I want to be with you. No, I want to make sure that if I'm going to love you, right? If we're gonna find this timeline and it's gonna come, let that be organic, but let it be not forced. Let it be not um based on somebody else's judgment, but let me give you my undivided attention, and you give me your undivided attention, and then we see where it goes. Now, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. I don't want to
Yeah.
have that regret of, man, I messed it up with such and such because I was messing with such and such too. We ain't gonna do that. What we gonna do is we gonna take it. We gonna put center. We gonna get center with each other, and we gonna say, hey, I'm gonna deal with you. You gonna deal with me. If it don't work, it don't work. But if it do, then we hit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
other than that, that's
So
how.
I Yeah, so I do agree too. I want to go back to a couple things. Like when we were talking, um, a lot of that does go into the unconsciously incompetent, consciously incompetent, consciously competent. Um, things that we were talking about a few episodes ago when we were, and if you didn't see that episode, you can go back to when we were talking about unconsciously incompetent, consciously incompetent, and consciously competent. Um, and a lot of that falls into that. But the next thing I want to talk about is hindsight is actually a gift, just like seeing into the future is a gift if you use it as such and you use it to learn from. Hindsight is a pathway to wisdom. Hindsight is a opportunity to learn from past experiences and become wise. So hindsight is not a bad thing just because you reflect on something. That's really what it is. It's reflection. And reflection, self-reflection and all that is something that serves a purpose when you do it purposefully. People should do it. Also, it doesn't matter how long it takes. Logic will always set in. So individuals, when if you make a decision in the moment and something happens, it doesn't matter how long it takes. It can be a second, a minute, an hour, a year, 10 years. But at some point, logic can set in, right? And 10 years, I'm over exaggerating. But when logic sets in, people will then feel like they're second guessing themselves. But this is the battle and the difference between logic versus emotion. Logic versus emotion. Most people have not been trained or trained themselves or been in the best practice of focusing on being in tune with their subconscious and their conscious mind to where they're making logical decisions, where they're practicing logic. Most people have been conditioned since their childhood to practice emotion, to show emotion, to express emotion. So that's what people are taught from day one. You go to school, people be like, feel free to express yourself. Feel free to tell us what you're feeling. What do you feel? These are emotions. But no one educates people on how to express logic, how to utilize logic. And so what happens is when people don't even know, they're having a battle between logic versus emotion. So it's not just that they are having regret, but that's because they will label things as regret because they haven't been taught that they are using logic. That's really, in most cases, the battle of logic versus emotion. And this is something that you can time, program, and progress just like anything else, any other training. You can go from making a emotional decision, and no matter how long it takes, you can time yourself to see how long it takes for that logical thing to come to your mind and say, a better choice of words would have been this. A better course of action would have been this. That is logic. And when you start to program yourself to utilize logic over emotion, you can logically make decisions and make logical responses more than you just make responses off emotion. And that's the battle of logic versus emotion. I talk about it in my book, Train the Brain That the Body Will Follow. And I'm also going to talk about it even more in depth in my book coming up, Truth Through Experience. But this is the battle of logic versus emotion. So I just wanted to tap on that just because you make a decision and you have hindsight and you process your thoughts on what happened and transpired, it doesn't mean that you're living with regret. It means that you're living with logic. And what you can do now is start to program that logic moving forward so that the next time when history tries to repeat, you can be wise enough to use logic and not let the same course of action continue to happen. Logic versus emotion.
Remember that Carl Thomas song?
What is
I'm
it?
emotional and I can't let go. Whatever it is.
I'm logical and I
Yeah.
can't let go.
Yeah, I got a lot to go out the window when my emotions get evolved though.
That's what I'm saying.
But here's the thing. We all a ball of emotions.
Until you become a ball of logic, if you train yourself to do so. Just like a motherfucker's a ball of fat till he train himself to be muscle.
Right. But you don't want to take the emotions out just because you got logic. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
But
we
what's wrong? But what's wrong with logic? Why
nothing.
why is
Because
it a
you want
bad
it.
thing when a person says I would prefer to be more logical than emotional? Individuals feel like you're saying that's a bad thing. Well, why?
No, it can be being logical is the correct answer, but being emotional is also the correct answer because you can be both. Because if you just be logical and you just got the answer for everything without no emotion, then it comes off as kind of cold and harsh in a way and uncaring. You know what I'm saying? You got to be some empathetic to some people. You know what I'm saying? Some people are emotional. You know what I'm saying? And like me, hey, sometimes
But
like
happiness is an emotion.
anger, fear, sad, all of them is emotions. You know what I'm
But
saying? But we all have them. It's our daily practice. We have emotions. We just having using logic. It's still an emotion. Being logical is an emotion. It's emotion, right? Ain't it?
logic logical being logical is an expression of your best decisions at work. Because a lot of times when people are emotional, they don't always put their best decisions in action.
That's why it's best to make sure you got peace of mind, and learn meditate. You know what I'm saying? Because being logical and being emotional, you're not gonna never not be emotional. You're gonna be emotional.
Absolutely.
You're
But
gonna
you
be
should also
emotional.
not ever not be logical. And so the point I'm getting to is that it's hella easy to be emotional. It's very hard to be logical. So most people take the path of just being emotional.
It's hard
But
to
no,
be logical in anger.
no, it's hard to be logical, very easy to be emotional. And most people, no matter whether they're aware of it or not, at some point, they're actually battling logic, but they may label it something else because they're accustomed to being in tune with their emotions. So If a person cares to do so, this is only if they care to do so, they can learn how to be more logical and see how far it gets them. You've been emotional.
I just think I think you get when you got a cool head, you can be logical. Like if you happy, smiling, cheesing, you good. I think the logicalness, goes out the window when you're angry. Like all that goes out the window.
It does until it doesn't.
Yeah, I would like to think that like if you get me mad, then everything you talking about goes out the window. But if we cool and we just sitting up here
Eh,
chopping it up,
Okay,
picking,
okay, perfect example. I'm glad you said that. You hella hot, right? You having a conversation, whatever. You say some shit because you mad. And then oftentimes, after you cool down, what do people say?
I shouldn't have said it.
That's logic kicking in now. So that was what I was saying. It doesn't matter how much time it takes. After you express the emotion, people will get back to logic and then feel like it's regret. They'll say, damn, I shouldn't have said that. I regret saying that. But what has happened is enough time has passed where logic set in because it was always there, it just wasn't being practiced. And then it sets in, and then they come back to their logical response and say, I wasn't wrong with what I was saying. I wasn't wrong with what I necessarily did. I was wrong how I went about it. And I went about it that way because I was emotional. I was
Right.
mad.
But you're
So,
gonna have emotions.
but this
It
is what I'm saying.
comes out when anger. See, anger takes logic out the equation.
But let me tell you how you defeat that. Let me tell you how you can start. Not 100% of the time, but 50% of the time or 20% of the time is better than zero. Let me tell you how you can start to overcome that. Just 20% of the time. The first thing that you can do to bring logic into the equation is recognize your emotion. That's logic.
That's practice.
That's practice. The first thing you must do if you want to make the best decision that you're going to end up getting to anyway and feeling like it's a regret, the way you can avoid that feeling of emotion is when you are having an emotional response, recognize and label what it is. That is logic. Man, this motherfucker, look, you know what? I'm upset. I'm very upset right now. Logic just kicked in. Now, what am I going to do about it? What is my best course of action in this moment that I'm so fired up? What is my best course of action right now? That is the beginning of logic. And if a person is sad, they're sad right now, and they say, "Oh well, I'm sad." Okay, now what am I gonna do about it? Logic has just kicked in because no matter how long it takes, whether they take the emotional route of anger, at some point they're gonna be sitting there feeling like we're getting get back to logic. So I'm only sharing something that I do myself all the time. I'm not saying that I don't get angry, but when I get angry, I get logical.
Yeah. For me, when I used to deal with it, I'm saying used to because I got to speak it into existence. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that I keep that practice going. I used to get real angry to the point where everything was out of there. So what I do
Indeed.
when when I start getting when I find myself getting mad, um, what do I do when I find myself getting mad? I just try to walk away from it. I like to diffuse. Let me try to diffuse this real quick before I even let myself get to the point. I know you're gonna say that's logical. I
No,
know.
you did it before. You told me a story one time. Your sister came to visit you, and y'all was bumping. You had something on your mind that rubbed you the wrong way about something that happened with you and your sister, and she
Mhm.
was trying to get you to engage, and you was like you didn't want to engage in the conversation at that time, and then you went and did whatever you did, took a second, came back and had a conversation with her. But it was and you said the whole day changed and went better. It was like I don't know if it was the last time your sister came
Right.
and visited you, but it was when she came and visited you. And then you said she said, um, oh yeah, I knew something was wrong with you, and she was trying to pull it out of you, but you was
Mm,
like, at the time, I wasn't ready to whoop. I wasn't ready to say nothing. But when you did come back with your logical response, you said that it made the whole day better for both of y'all.
hmm
So it's something that we all practice. We just have to be willing to put it into the practice more often. And like I said, let's say it's 20% out of 100. 20 is better than zero.
It's just all about how you perspective, man. You just got to make sure that you putting these things into practice. You know what I'm saying? Especially anger. Like to me, logic. You always got to use your logic, man. Use your brain. That's what we got it for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
strongest muscle we got. We got to flex it. You know what I'm saying? Use it
for sure.
and to make sure that we put in these things and implement these things. It all starts with self anyway, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to practice it. Practice what Barry White used to say: practice what you preach.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Practice what you
And
preach
preach what you practice.
and preach what you practice. You know what I'm saying? So for use logic. Common sense ain't that common. You know, everybody don't got it, but the little bit that you do got sometimes, use it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Use it, and just make sure that the main message that I got from here: put God first.
yeah.
Let God
Put
love.
God's love first. That's the new.
As long as you love, God's love coming. You know, as long as God first, because God is love. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no,
So
absolutely. I just wanted to
yeah, God
label
is.
that. I just want
So
to put that label out there. Put
yeah,
God's love first.
God loves everybody. So when you say God, that means love to me. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed, absolutely, absolutely. I
So
agree with you.
once you put God first, make sure that you fill up your cup. Make sure you fill your cup up. And then whatever flows over that is what you give to the rest of the world. Because you can't help nobody else if you don't first fill yourself up first. The first thing they say on that airplane when the plane going down, put your mask on first, then help the person next to you.
Indeed.
Fill your cup up first. So that
Yep.
means love is just a word, just like any other 4-letter word or 5-letter word or 10-letter word. It means nothing without actions. Love is a verb. It's an action word. It ain't a person, place, or thing. It's action. It's what you do with it that makes it relevant.
Hmm.
So God's love, verbs, action words.
Put
Put that.
God's love into action.
Use logic, and use logic in how you move. Make sure that you use rational thinking. Make sure that you use
Indeed.
rational thinking and control
Indeed.
your emotions. Learn how to control your emotions. Controlling the hardest emotion for me to control was the hardest, the one that I put the most practice into controlling
Indeed.
is my anger.
Indeed.
That's the hardest one for a lot of people because once anger takes over, we all want to be the Incredible Hulk,
Indeed.
beat our
And
chest,
just let it out. And just let it
and
out.
let it out. A practice that I do, everybody can't do it, but I do it. I'm in my truck. I get in my truck and I just scream.
Mm,
I just scream out.
mm,
Sometimes I put on Miles Davis and I just
mm.
let the jazz vibe out and I'll just zone out and I'll just give it to you know how I do. I give it to God.
Yeah.
God, I hate to make you my dumping ground, but
Hmm.
that's who
Hmm.
I talk to all the time. God
Hmm.
understands me. He listens and he don't judge.
Yeah.
That's who I talk to all the time. You know what I mean? But find whatever you can do to implement logical thinking,
Hmm.
action. Because, and remember this too, you got to learn how to love yourself
Indeed.
the same way you have to learn how to love others. Because somebody always tells me this: you can't tell me how to feel. You can't tell me how I'm supposed to feel. You can't tell me that you did this and I gotta feel this way about it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you gotta everybody don't love the same way. What you may love, and I may feel like, hey man, you love this, but you may not love that. The way I think, I may think I'm doing right by you, and you, hey, I don't like that. It don't
Yeah.
make you wrong. It don't make me right. It don't make me wrong. It just means you got to learn how to love yourself and learn how to love somebody else because everybody reacts differently. Everybody takes things differently, even if it may look exactly the same. What's that? Remember them pictures that they give you with 3 or 4 things, and they be like they all look the same, but can you spot the one that's different?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's different. We can
Yeah.
all look exactly the same and still be different. something different. So you have to learn how to implement these things and learn, like she say, be quick to listen. Listen to what people are telling you, because somebody gonna tell you how to love them. You got to make sure you telling yourself how you want to be loved and implement that first. Tell yourself what you want. Tell yourself what you want. Get you a little candle, and then whatever you do, if you write it down, That's something I'm trying to get better at. Writing it down. Hey, I want this. I want this for my life. I want to be treated. You got to teach people how to talk to you. You got to teach people how to love you. You got to teach yourself how to receive the love. That's another hard part, receiving love, because people like me, I feel like I can do everything by myself. I don't need nobody else, because I don't want nobody to say, come back on me and say, hey, you owe me. Hey, remember I did this for you? No, I got 2 hands, 2 feet. I'm going to get it by myself. So one practice that I'm working on is learning how to receive love. Me and my sister all the time, we'd go to the restaurant and we'd get ready to pay for the food. I get ready to pay for the food. I'll pull out my debit card and my sister will look at me and say, bro, I got it. And I'll be like, man, I got it. Bro, I got it. Man, I got it. Bro, I got it. Hey, I got it. So we damn near fighting debit card to see who's gonna pay for the food.
Yeah, that
That's
don't never happen. That don't ever happen to me.
You always pay for it.
I always got it, and I don't ever say I got it.
Right. That's me, because
I
I'm
ain't never been sitting down with nobody and that battle happened. They be like, "Nigga, you got it."
right. That's because I'm learning. I gotta learn how to. I gotta learn. Matter of fact, another thing. She took me to the mall one day. She said, "Bro, let me get you some shoes." I said, "I'm good." She said, "Bro, get you some shoes." I said, "I'm good." She said, "Bruh, get you some shoes." I said, "I'm good." Right. But here's the thing. I'm so caught up on I'll get it myself. I'll do for me that I don't be want to take nothing from people.
Hold on, let me tell you something about that though.
Go ahead.
It's something I'm actually been working through myself recently. I had to start checking myself on that
Mm.
because if you always keep saying I'm good, that might actually be a blessing that God's sending your way. But
And
because of our own foolish pride, because we thinking about the person more than we thinking about ourselves. We putting them first. We putting them up like, no, this ain't about me. It's about you. And so we say it in a place of we think we coming from where we're coming from a place of love. I listen. I don't want that from you because I'm thinking about you more than me.
mm.
What I had to learn is that could be a form of foolish pride. And you have to, in the most circumstances, I ain't go just say the right ones because I would be trying to still lean on the foolish pride.
Mm.
You have to just say thank you. I receive it. Because when you open yourself up to receive those blessings, they will continue to come. And I had to learn that. And this is something that grandmothers and stuff used to say way back in the day. Like when someone offers you something, you know, it can come up because listen, if also have you this ain't a big deal, but have you ever thought about how it makes your sister how we would could make a person feel when we reject the gift that they're trying to give us? They
That
trying to do it because they love us and we're not letting
right.
them express that love.
Right. Again.
So we might be making them feel like we belittling them, like it's not, you know what I'm saying? You know, but I'm just saying, like, it don't got to be that deep. But if out of their love, they're doing it for us, and we're not allowing them to express
No,
it.
that was actually that right there. That's where the struggle bus. That's the struggle bus, right? Because this is where you have to, for me, this is where I have to learn. Like, yo, let me start. Right, don't look a gift
Yeah,
for
the
us.
old school saying, yeah,
Right,
that's from
but
the
the
old
problem
school, yeah.
is, always think for me, and I'm getting out of it. Always think it's something behind it, and I ain't saying with my sister or nobody. It's just in general. I
Mm.
Another story. Somebody was like, "Yo, you don't take nothing from nobody." Right? I'd rather get out here and get it. I never had nobody giving me nothing before. So if I wanted, I had to go out here and get it. So I ain't gonna lean on you now. And everybody want to be a backstabber. You give me something now I owe you something. I don't want to have to owe you. If I gotta go get it, let me get out here and go get it because it makes me feel good. Nobody appreciates what you do like you do.
And you
But
feel like it's a weakness.
and you feel like, but the strength in that is and humbling yourself down and saying, hey,
That's the actual strength.
I, I'm gonna take this from you because it may be your love language to give, to help, but me refusing you, I'm not allowing you to do what you do best
The
because
actual strength is
right
that. You're
because
absolutely right.
I'm so stuck up and my ego will not let me take nothing from you, but in all actuality, I'm putting you down and insulting you by not taking yours.
And covering up a weakness that might be there for yourself when the actual strength could be the humility of saying, you know what, thank you, I'll take it. And it might feel crazy to do it because I did it recently, and even as I did it, I still didn't want to do that shit.
Because if you give
And
me
I
$100 right now, if you say, Case, I'm gonna send you $100 right now, I'm gonna be humble enough to take it.
shut the hell up. Let's try it out right now.
Let's try
say,
it.
say,
Cash out.
say you want to give me a stack right now. Let's see
Right.
how it go.
But that's something that I'm working on. You know what I'm saying?
I've been working on it recently because I too automatically be like, somebody be like, "Hey, here you go," and I'll be like, "Nah, I'm good.
Right.
No, it's cool. It's cool."
Yeah, that's something that I'm working on now is getting better at receiving. Like we said that before, we gotta learn how to become good
Y-
receivers.
Indeed, and you can't pick and choose, right? You got to be able to be wise enough, and like you just said, it's actually the real strength is being able to take that foolish pride and say, "Man, you okay taking this? It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you." And you can see this through. You can see this through. You can get the gift and you can see it through and see what blessings come behind it and just let it flow. It's okay. What I did recently, real true story. Somebody asked me to do something for them. Boop, I went and did it. The next day when they saw me, they was like, "Oh, I wanted to give you this," you know, and I was like, "Nah," and they was like, "No, no, 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 no," and I was like, "Man, nah, I'm feeling like the regular me." You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm cool. I didn't do it for that. That ain't why I did it. I literally just did it because I was able to do it and out the kindness of my heart. And this is the other reason why, because I feel like my blessings coming from my actions. Now it's not a, it's not a, it's not an exchange for a gift or money. I do it because of the blessings that's coming. But fool, what if this is the blessing? You how do you know? Right?
Man,
I'm saying my actions are leading to the blessings that's gonna come. But what if this was the blessing? And I'm talking about I'm waiting for the so you know what I mean? So I caught myself because I was like, nah, 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 nah. And then I said, I made compromise, but I did it. I said, all right, I'm gonna take that but I'm going to apply it to something, but I'm going to take it as a gift. And I took it, but I also applied. You hear what I'm saying?
mm,
So I took it, but I applied it to something. I said I'm taking it, but it's going to apply towards whoopty whoop. You feel what I'm saying? So, but that was a step for me because I actually took it when I normally wouldn't do it.
hey, it ain't easy when we got ego and pride.
Foolish pride gets in the way of progress.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It ain't easy. Somebody once told me, not even too long ago, that the blessings that I'm receiving now comes from all the seeds that I sowed prior. And I'm passing that to you too and everybody watching. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your blessings start coming right now. You be like, where I'm getting this from. Think about all the things that you done for people, people helped out, the things, the good deeds that you done, the good deeds, the good seeds that you put out there. You reap what you sow. And sometimes, and guess what? What you reap is coming. What you sowed is coming. You know what I'm saying? And your blessings is coming. And when you start getting, you can't believe where they coming from. But this is all the good that you've been doing. This is God's way of saying this is your blessings. And sometimes we be again, like you said, man, this is what God has given us. This is what
Yeah.
God has given us. And then we turning it down, letting our pride get in our way. Pride comes before the fall.
And that's why pride gets in the way of progress. And I believe in honor. Honor is much better than pride. Be honorable, not prideful.
Man, listen. P, my thing finna go dead on us, so we gonna have to slide in a minute. But listen,
We over already anyway, so
yeah, hey, I'm learning to be a better receiver. Everybody needs to learn how to be good receivers. It ain't easy to swallow your pride, especially for me. I'm arrogant, I'm prideful, I'm boastful, I'm hella shit. But I'm working on being a better version. One thing me and P always say: be humble. Hello, hello. That part. You know what I'm saying? One thing we always say, man, put your don't focus on the bad parts. Don't focus on the negatives. We all got a good side and a bad side. Side A, side B. Don't
mm-hmm,
focus on the bad side. Don't focus on your negatives. Focus on your
mm-hmm.
positive. I work very hard at being humble. I work very hard at being graceful, grateful. I work very hard at being obedient to what God calls me to do. I just work hard at trying to be the best version of me, and not
You,
that version of me that was prideful and boastful and because
yeah.
my mom always say God don't like pretty. Well, God don't like ugly, and He don't care for pretty either. That's my mama's favorite
Yeah,
meaning. God don't care for your looks or none of that. Be the best version of yourself at all
indeed,
times. Period. You know what I'm saying? And
indeed.
learn to receive. So again, if you want to send me the honey pea, I'm I'm gonna take it. Not because I want it, but because
Because I want to,
I'm
because
making
you
it the best
practically receive it,
practice.
because you
I'm making
receive
it the
it.
best. I'm making
Best
it the best practice.
practice. I
I'm, ma-
hear you. Yeah,
I'm,
I
I'm,
hear you. Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
I'm making it the best practice. And if my
Yeah,
son
wow.
wants to send me some shoes next time, I'm gonna tell her send them. Best practice.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I'm just saying best practices.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey P, where we at? Today Thursday.
I don't know. Oh,
I owe,
yes.
I owe you a Sunday. I owe you a Sunday, man. We gonna get on some.
See what he say? See what he say? See what he say? See what he say? He done turned into a snake. He he was finna say Sunday. Sunday start with S. He gonna carry that thing out. Talking about
Hey,
yeah.
listen. No,
Yeah. Y'all start getting on his head too. Y'all start getting on his
Sunday.
head. Y'all start getting on his head.
No, you
Nah,
know
but
what, man?
nah,
They
nah,
was
but it
on
be
me.
working.
They was on me on
So
Sunday. They was on me. They was like, yo, wait, if you gonna say it, do it and stick. I'm like, hey, I got busy though. You know what I'm saying? And then I watched the Raiders game too though. But that wasn't the reason though. But
you hold on. You gotta explain this to Raiders once so you didn't come on.
P, I just said we're gonna get on Sunday. Man, you gotta go back to days, man. Don't live in the past, man. Hindsight 2020.
nah,
We move forward in
nah,
progression.
man. Yeah, they
Hey,
won, so
Kendrick
he didn't
Lamar
get
doing a
on.
Super Bowl this year too.
And yeah, in Louisiana.
What that mean? You want to just be Lil Wayne?
No, the Super Bowl is in Louisiana.
Yeah, but Kendrick Lamar gonna be there. They not like us. No podcast is like us.
Indeed, it ain't because we not like them. How about that? I'm not like them.
Frankie Beverly Day tomorrow. Ooh, I'm gonna slap Frankie Beverly all day.
Hey, did
Ooh,
y'all see the video that I posted? Did you see it?
no, I'll go back
With
and look.
with the with, when I on the last clip from the last episode, and we was talking about you were saying you gave a shout out.
Yeah.
So on the clip it says Casey shouts out some legends.
Oh yeah. I seen that. I seen that.
Did you see him singing at the end?
No, I ain't even click into it. I don't know, man. I'll be looking. I'll be
So
looking
at
up.
the end of that video, just fast forward and go to the end of the video and
Yeah.
watch it. If you haven't watched it, has anybody
Hey,
watched that video?
real
If you
real
haven't
quick.
watched it, go to the end of the video.
What's your favorite Frankie Beverly song?
The one that's on the end of the video.
This nigga.
No, for real. God dang it. What's the one?
I don't know. My favorite is We Are One.
No, what's the other one? You had said it too when we was on here the other day. It's a hit
That
single.
feeling. Happy feelings in the
No.
air.
Oh, that not. But not
Yeah,
that.
we
It's the
are one.
nah. The song that he's singing
The
on the
golden time of the morning, ain't that what it is? The golden time. Hey, look, Frankie Beverly slap. Hey, Frankie Beverly,
the
that
happy feelings is not. But listen, the song that's on the end of the video, go watch it. That's my favorite.
didn't
I
he
got
do
him. He's singing it live.
soul singer too? Suki soul singer.
Hold on, let me go to it right now.
Suki. I have, but not to the end. I can't stand it being all alone. Hey man, hey
Let me
man,
see.
Frankie Beverly go crazy. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm finna tell you right now what the song is before we get off. And if y'all haven't watched it, go watch it.
Hey man, thank y'all for watching, man. Really appreciate it, man. We trying to get better and better every day.
Go watch it. He live singing. I'm recording it.
I know what song that's Happy Feelings.
You hear it?
Yeah, that's Happy Feelings.
Go watch the end of that video. That's him singing it, and me. I got it.
Gonna put the video on the phone.
Go watch it if you haven't watched it. That's me recording, and so that's why when you shouted it out, I was like, man, I don't know if this was his last performance, but it was one of the last performances, and we live at the family gathering.
Mm. Hey, man. Out tomorrow, man,
Yeah,
because it don't be coming out when I think it's gonna come out, man. What time is it gonna come out tomorrow? Like 5? We are one. That's the told you.
um,
We are one. No
but
matter what we do, we are one.
oh,
Hey,
that's knocking too. Yeah,
that's
that's
the
knocking.
way it is, we are. That's the way. That's the way. Wee! I ain't no singer, but hey.
Yeah. No, what I say is
I ain't no singer, but
yeah, that was you. Yeah, that was you. Yeah, that's the note you hit. Anyway, actually, I didn't. I got the. It's a delay, so it seemed like I recorded you. But I mean, technically, I did record you because we were recording. But there's a delay on this end, and I forgot to turn the volume down. So yeah, I did record you, but that was that's
you a cold one, man. I ain't telling you if I see your girl in the club, nigga. Nigga, if I see you, I ain't saying nothing. Nigga, I ain't
oh,
calling you.
oh, oh, I ain't saying
Don't worry
shit.
about it. Don't worry
Don't
about
worry
it. I'm
about
just
it. Yeah. And nigga, you owe me $100 too.
yeah, you owe me 100. Hey, man, we on Sunday, man.
Oh man.
On
We
Sunday.
gonna we
We
gonna
on
see.
Sunday.
We gonna
We might
see.
need to go early on Sunday.
We gonna see.
If it ain't Sunday, it'll be Monday.
Here you
No,
go. Here you
no,
go.
it got to be Sunday.
Here you go.
Oh shit, my birthday tomorrow too.
Oh, for real?
Wait a
Today,
minute.
right now. What time
Wait,
is it?
what time is it?
It's your B day. Right now. 7 minutes after. Happy born day, man. What is it? September what?
20th.
20th? September 20th.
43 today, man.
Happy born day, man.
Man,
Happy born day, young brother.
yeah. Hey, man, hello. Yeah,
Happy born day, young brother.
out here, out here shaking like bacon.
Yeah, happy born day, young brother, from all of us here at No Cap. No Cap. Happy born day to KC, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Y'all get
And
out there and duck, shake it like a
do you
duck.
do you have something that's a must do for you on your B day?
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. A must do. Yeah, get some money. Get
Like
some.
a small thing that's your thing. Like it's your born day, you gonna get this for yourself or do this or eat this, or do you have something like that?
No, but I might start that today.
There you go. That's my gift to you. There you go.
And that honey. We're trying to get away. Thank you. We're trying to get away. Shit. Put
what
that
I
on your,
started
hey, I
what
told
I
you
started huh?
uh,
Now, what I started doing for myself, even if it's just a small thing, I have something that's like a must, like I just do on my born day, and I have it. Even if I don't do nothing else, it's I gotta have this or do that. So uh, that's just my thing. You know what I mean?
hey man, big president energy. Hey man, but look, let's get up out of here because I don't want my phone to cut off on us. I'll be recording on these phones. But Sunday, damn, it's football season. You put me on. But I'm committed. I'm committed. I'm working. That's my new.
We
That's
can go early. We can do whatever. You let me know what works for you, man. We'll
it.
figure it
Might.
out.
Hey, your birthday is it's the new year for you, right?
Yeah, so personal New
Yeah,
Year. If we'd have
yeah.
known, we could have did the countdown out here. We could have did the five,
No, all
four,
good.
three,
This is
two,
something new that I'm
one.
gonna start doing. I'm gonna
Happy
start.
personal New Year.
I'm making sure that this is my thing. I'm gonna make sure that I'm more focused and dedicated to our project to
No
make sure
cap.
we continue growing our product. That's one of my commitments for this year. So y'all heard it here right here, man. I'm gonna try to make sure I'm more consistent.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and hey, I appreciate all the birthday wishes. Uh and we out this thing, man.
We'll see y'all on the next one. Thank you for tuning in to another live episode of No Cap, a special live taping of No Cap because it's my brother's birthday, my little brother, my younger brother, my little bro, you know
The
what I'm
better
saying?
looking brother.
my little bro, you know what I'm saying? Little brothers always say crazy shit. Don't worry about it. But shout out and happy born day and happy personal New Year to my bro. And man, y'all make sure y'all tune in to the next episode. We'll keep you posted and feel free to share a link with a friend, man. Let's keep doing our thing. Appreciate y'all. We out this time.
Hey man, in a minute.
On the next one.
Yeah.